Well, 6 seconds to go. Well, college football stories of the year, the BCS Mess, the Big East Trio. And we refer to this West Virginia team, the Louisville team, the Rutgers team, coaching courtships, all the focus on Alabama, I think, right now. And the debacle that has been a part of that story so far, and parity, Gary.
Yeah, I think that's been my theme all year. You know, you really can't know exactly who's the best because there's about, from team number 40 to team number 2, there might be not that much difference between them, and I think even the bowl season is showing that again.
It's down here. Come on, man.
3rd and 3, 7 seconds to go. West Virginia's got 2 men perched back at the 20 in anticipation of the Hail Mary pass. Here's Bennett stepping up and heaving it for Calvin Johnson. There's a stumble and incidental contact.
Yep, it is.
Yep. Eric Wicks was deep and looking up in the direction of the ball, so the pass falls incomplete. Bennett's still arguing the case.
They just kind of bumped. Neither guy was looking at each other. They ran into each other, and that ball was catchable. It would have been caught. There was a possibility that it could have been. Taylor says, hey, man, come on. I got a great game going here. Don't call it incomplete.
And let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks a lot. Coach, did you ever think Taylor Bennett would come out and have a start like this?
Well, there were a couple of great plays he made individually, but that's what you hope for. That's what you practice for. Yeah, I expected it. He's a very good football player.
What has he done right?
Well, he hadn't turned the ball over. He hadn't made any dumb throws, and he's had patience in the pocket. If you have patience in the pocket, you got a chance to hit some of our guys because our guys will get open.
We've seen a lot of bowl teams these past few weeks lose a big lead. How do you make sure your team doesn't do that?
Well, we're going to address that very fact right here in the locker room at halftime.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck. Back to you, Vern.
Well, Taylor Bennett, one of the stars of the first half of play. He's got Calvin Johnson at one end and Calvin Johnson at the other end. Tim and Spencer will be along with the Geico halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. All right, anything but good news for Rich Rodriguez.
A huge story to begin the game. Turns out to be the huge story at halftime, too. It's a much different team without that speed at running back.
Travis Bell will kick off. It's an onside kick by Georgia Tech. And I think they have it.
Wow.
Yes. Well. Travis Bell almost perfectly executed.
Now, of course, a lot of this is scouting, but I think a lot of this is West Virginia can score points. And they feel with an opening in the middle, they could pop that ball and better than a 50-50 chance. And they get it. Look at that. No one in the middle for West Virginia. Good block by Michael Johnson to clean it out for somebody else to get it. And that kick up the middle. So instead of getting the ball, as Rich said to Tracy, Georgia Tech gets the ball again.
That's anything but a conservative, old-fashioned call.
No. Old school doesn't mean conservative school. Old school, remember those old AFL days? They threw the ball back in those days, too.
Here's the cross side. Taylor Bennett. Looks like nobody's open. And so he lets it go. Well, there's the old flea flicker to start the third quarter. I think the big story, Gary, is still the Slayton injury and Patrick White's immobility.
I think that is the victory, the big story about whether West Virginia can come back. I think the big thing for me was I wrote down 3 things before the game that I thought had to happen. Taylor Bennett had to come through for 200 yards. Calvin Johnson, could West Virginia corral him? No, they have not been able to do it. And could Georgia Tech score points? 28 first half points, and then they start out here with an onside kick. I think Chan Gailey knew he needed points, and he's been wide open with this game plan.
Handoff to Shard Choice. He's got a big gap and a first down at the 37-yard line. Tackled by Eric Wicks.
You know, there's room in the game for a running back that can make first downs, because you can have your game breaker somewhere else. So there's your first down guy. You know how they have possession receivers? Well, this is a possession running back. And first downs are first downs. You get the big plays with the wideouts, and that running game, as much as Calvin Johnson has really decimated West Virginia, Tashard Choice with these 8-yard, 10-yard, 12-yard runs have been killers.
And that one was 17. First down and 10. Blitz coming by the Mountaineers. Taylor Bennett back. A lot of time. Goes deep for Calvin Johnson. Triple coverage. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 3 men surrounding him. A 32-yard pickup.
Lines up in the slot. This has been the story the whole game. In the slot, come down the middle. No big magical play action pass. Now the ball's just thrown up in the air. Someone from West Virginia needs to get physical with Calvin Johnson, and not even a bump. Barely a bump. Look at that. Both West Virginia defenders don't even get a hit on him. I think it was Lewis. I'm not sure. Number 6, I think it was. Not even anything against 21.
On first down, they'll test the middle. Tashard Choice. Touchdown Tech.
Look at this look, though. Calvin Johnson blocks two guys on number 21. That means you're playing 10 on 9 inside. You can run the ball when that happens. Look at that. 21 has 2 guys outside of the box covering him. You run number 22.
Choice has erupted this afternoon. The extra point by Travis Bell is up and good. Georgia Tech, 5 touchdowns on 7 possessions. The flag is at half-mast here at the Gator Bowl in honor of the late President Ford. Beloved man by many.
Travis Bell with the conversion, 35-17.
62nd Gator Bowl. And Georgia Tech taking advantage of every opportunity so far.
They're making them count. You're right. 5 for 7 touchdowns.
This time the kick goes deep. Taken by Darius Reynaud. He can go. Out to the 40. 39-yard game. Gary, let's take a look at the halftime numbers.
Yeah, we didn't have time to change them. Everything's happening so fast. We thought West Virginia was going to get the ball, but look at that. All those check marks, new quarterback in the game, and what you expected was to watch West Virginia play and see that speed. It has not materialized, obviously. It has not materialized. Patrick White doesn't have it. Slayton doesn't have it. He won't even play. Will West Virginia find yards somewhere else by the arm of Patrick White, maybe?
Owen Schmidt gets the handoff. No, it's White who keeps it and moves it to the 42-yard line. And for more on Patrick White and Steve Slayton, let's go down to Tracy Wilson.
Guys, I'm going to start with Steve Slayton. He actually took himself out of the game. West Virginia's trainer Dave Kearns told me that thigh bruise was no worse, but Slayton was just frustrated that he couldn't be productive. As for quarterback Patrick White, he's not only dealing with a high ankle sprain, but it's his neck that's really bothering him. And as Rich Rodriguez said, he's going to try and play, and if not, we will see backup Jarrett Brown.
There's a flag on this play, but the ball is caught by Tito Gonzalez. If the play stands, it's a 57-yard touchdown.
You got to watch the offensive line for West Virginia. They did the sleeper play again. Offsides against Georgia Tech, it'll be declined. The offensive line slept. They just stood there again for the whole time, and they stayed there all the way through the receiver scoring. Never moved.
Well, now we know the intent of that play in the first half.
Yep. I think the Georgia Tech team was frozen by the look of West Virginia. They saw that offensive line just standing there, and the secondary just stood there. Nobody moved.
Pat McAfee for the extra point. The hold by Travis McClintock.
McAfee's PAT is
Well, let's take a look at a wide shot.
Yeah, now watch. The offensive line, we all know where they are, but watch the coverage guy right here. He'll see this offensive line freeze, and he freezes, and he freezes. Watch this. Nobody moves. Nobody knows what to do. Everybody's saying, wait, what? What's going on? All of a sudden, the throw goes, and I'm telling you, the line is still in their three-point stance, even now.
Yes.
You could have gone back. They would still be there.
Well, it was a comfortable pose. And West Virginia comes right back. 12:31 to go, third quarter, 35-24. And take another look at this.
Yeah, K-Muckle Hall right here is going to be offsides, but watch the offensive line. Snap it. Now, I'm promising you, they don't move. They don't move. Moses even falls down, and they stay there until the extra point team comes out. They'll be laying there. They're laying. They look up. Is it over yet? Is it over? They're all in their stances still. There's already been, the scoreboard's already changed, and they're still in their stances. A gimmick play, but it still counts 7 points.
And Moses shall lead them. How about that? The sleeper play.
The sleeper. Okay. I don't know what, I've never seen that one before.
I don't think I have. And the funny thing is, Rich Rodriguez called it in the first half.
Yeah.
There's Dan Moses, All-American center and sleeper.
He falls down, he looks up, he peeks up. Did he score yet?
Yeah. Did we get caught? Here's Michael Matthews, number 48, to the 26-yard line.
Michael Matthews on the kickoff return. Tackle by number 12.
And coming up, the five-star play of the game presented by Wrangler. Well, there's a candidate for you. We've had a few today.
You know what I'm struck with is Rich Rodriguez and even Chan Gailey. Both of these guys came up the hard way, coaching at small colleges, figuring out a way to move the ball. Remember, Rich told us, I came up with this spread because I tried to figure out a way where our offensive line could get run over slowly.
First down and 10. Here's Bennett. The handoff to Choice.
Yeah, the West Virginia crowd is in the game, aren't they?
Well, Gary, this is not the first time these two teams, or these two coaches have met. They met back in 1993 when Rich Rodriguez was the head coach at Glenville State. Chan Gailey was in his one and only year as the head coach at Samford. Rich Rodriguez was telling us they had a guaranteed game, $20,000 to get on a bus and ride 12 hours. They got to $20,000 before the game began. Later that year, went to the NAIA National Championship game. 1993.
That didn't look right, did it?
No.
Nothing looked right there. Everybody was a bit confused on that offensive line with the snap count or an audible or a check with me. It just didn't seem right. There was confusion all the way.
Delay game offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Second down and 16. Look at these first 8 possessions in this ballgame.
Right. The first one was a sack, and then the plays at the end of the half. Otherwise, pretty much the same.
This is a predominantly West Virginia crowd, and they have come to life here in the third quarter. Hand off out to the 23-yard line.
Oh, yeah, you better keep ringing the cash register because West Virginia's going to keep coming back. They're going to keep scoring points. You can't look at the clock in this game at all. You just got to keep scoring.
Ridwan Malik made the last tackle, 3rd and 13.
It's all about points. Can you imagine Georgia Tech fans? 9-6 they lost last time they were here. They got 35 points now.
And it's a tenuous lead.
Yes, of course it is.
Taylor Bennett out of the gun. West Virginia, 5 men up. They'll bring 6. Bennett has to get rid of it. He does. It's caught by Choice. He's caught and dropped. Charles Pugh, number 15. And so trailing by 11 as they did at the half, West Virginia is about to get the ball back.
Well, Georgia Tech did not want to put tip pressure on Taylor this time. Another one of those screen passes, and Pugh smelled it out and made the tackle that time. And now, Rodriguez says, we're going to get the ball back. We're only going to be down 11. Well,